You are all doing well. Today's topic is how to get sum of integers using loops. Okay, let's get into it. First, we need to know what is loop. That I will. Oh yeah. In general, loop means a statement, right? Sorry, a task repeating a task based on a condition or something. Okay, loop means repeating a task. Let's understand the problem today. If the input is 3, if the input is 3, I will write here. If the input is 3, the output should be 1 plus 2 plus and 3. That include. Now you understand. Hope you understand. 3. That means from 1 and the number we gave as input. It should start from number 1 and it should end to our input. Up to our input, all numbers should include from 1 and give it as output. Okay, leave it. Okay, that includes 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus up to our input, right? That is our output. Okay, we are going to use for loop and while loop. Let's do it. Yeah, first we need to take a input, right? So I am giving as ip. That is input, our variable name, and we are giving a input, right? And it is int. That's why I entered int of input of enter the value. Okay, enter the value. Then we need to use some variable to store the 0, because initially the total value or the sum value is 0, right? So I used sum and declared it and initialized it as 0. Okay, now use for I in range. What we can do, we should start from 1, right? That's why I am giving as arranging it as 1 2, which includes the input also, right? That's why I kept input plus 1. Here I am incrementing sum equals to sum you can give as this, or also we can give as sum plus equals to I. The meaning of both these lines are same. This is some advanced, this is like advanced line. Okay, no need. Okay, at last I am going to print this output. The sum of all integers up to input, right? Input using. Why I am using some spaces before this one and immediate start of double quotes? It will makes your output some in efficient manner, understandable, not confused, and clean. Okay, using for loop. For loop is what? Sum. Check whether we are getting the output or not. I will run this. It is asking for us a value. I will give as 3. The output should be 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 6. Yeah, the sum of all integers up to 3 using for loop is 6. Now can we check the same one with while loop? Let's hope you understand, but Just recall what is going inside. Yeah, we gave for I in range from 1 comma 3, right? Initially the sum is 0. Outside the for loop, sum is 0, right? Inside the for loop, in the first iteration when I equals to 1, we gave it as sum equals to sum plus I, right? I will copy this for understanding purpose. Okay. Okay, I will print here. What we print this, right? Inside the for loop we gave is it is already there, sorry. Okay, leave that. Sum is equals to sum plus I, right? When I becomes 1, sum will initially marked as 0, right? 0 plus 1 is what? 1. When sum is 2, sorry, when I is 2, sum will be the sum value plus ith value. What is the sum value before 1? Now the I value is 2. It will add these two and store it in this sum. Okay, sum is 3. It will add sum value and ith value and store in sum. Okay, at last when I equal to 3, sum equals to previous before value 3 plus current value of I, that's equals to 6. This is the way for loop runs, and same as while loop also. We will try to execute it in while loop. Okay, this time I will copy this for the future purpose, future use. Excuse me if there are any mistakes or like spelling mistakes, or if there any other logics, you can share in the comment section. Then I can learn, you can learn, our subscribers also learn. Okay. Okay, I am initializing a total equals to 0, and this time I will go with k equals to 1 because here I starts from 1, right? Now k will starts from 1, because in while loop we should initialize the values first and we will create while loop. While what k is less than or equal to input, correct, right? Then total will be incremented by what? By k, and we need to increment the k, right? K plus equals to by 1 only. At last I am going to print the message again, but this time we need to change some changes using what? While loop, right? This time I am using while loop, and here I need to change it as total because here the total value is used in the while loop, right? Okay, let's run this whether we are getting the same output or not for two types of, you know what, first I will clear this. Okay, now I will run. Yeah, it's asking for enter the value. I will enter the 3. We should, or we need to get exact output as the sum of all integers up to 3 using for loop is 6, and as well as the sum of all integers up to 3 using while loop is 6. Okay, yeah, we are getting the same output for two type of loops. Okay, hope you understand. That's it for the today. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye bye.